Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Manchester Titans Under-16s home tournament. Manchester Titans set to play against the North East Academy here today in the first fixture. The handshakes have just been taken and the coin toss is about to happen. We're looking forward to an exciting day of Under-16s flag. Manchester being the hub of sports today in flag football as well. So if you look at, from my vision, I can see the adult national tournament going on. So yeah, it's a fantastic day for Manchester football, and hopefully a great day for the Under-16s to get 2 results and carry on their push to the national championship and certainly the playoffs. So we'll look forward to today and see how the results play out. So from our knowledge, so in the last fixture, Manchester edged a game against North East Academy. Coach Andrew Astridge has coached the Manchester Titans Under-16s team for many years now, winning on a number of different occasions. I think always taking them to a playoff berth. So we're looking forward to see this Titans team today, who will be led by their starting quarterback Latif, and look out for number 10 Gale, GB Under-17s running back. He's a fantastic player, and he's one who I think Manchester will run through quite a lot today. So we're looking forward to the game. And we'll see how it gets on. So it's like just continuous talking, basically. Yeah. Okay, perfect. The huddles are happening now. Some last-minute adjustments and team talks as we get started at a fantastic venue here at Bellevue. Well, Manchester team up for this one today. 2 wins for sure gets them into the playoffs. I think it might already be secured, but there is no chance they're going to want to go out any other way than with 2 big victories today. I know they've got high aspirations to be the #1 offence in the country, so I would expect some early pressure from the defence, trying to force the ball into the offence's hands, and I think we'll see a few deep balls today and trying to execute the game plan they've got out here. So we'll see. The first play's coming up here, North East on offence, Manchester Titans in defence. They're huddling right before they go. And we'll see what they come out in and what that looks like. Refs look ready, and we look like we're ready to get the ball going. Whistles are in. So we're here, yeah, Manchester looking fantastic today. So, I mean, the first time, I'm Mike, by the way, Mike McGugan. Played for Manchester for a few years, so weird being up here. Spent many years on this lovely hallowed turf, as it were, and it looks beautiful as ever, all 100 yards of it. I won't have anyone say anything different. So fantastic venue, and we're here ready for a great game, hopefully, of Under-16s flag contact football. And amazing from Manchester for streaming this, giving the kids some vital film and footage, which will be all over social media, I'm sure. And hopefully they can use to get some of these kids into GB, and fantastic footage for the kids, which is brilliant. There you go. Seemed to be a bit of delay. We heard whistles in, but the ball's on the field. The ref just took one there, unfortunately. I'm going to get to it. So yeah, North East Academy have been running for a few years now. I think their head coach, or one of their coaches, is Henry. He's been around the game for quite a long time. So, and big champion of youth contact football. So we'll see what he's got up his sleeve today and try and get results. So it looks like we've got ISO formation here. I'd expect a run first down. We'll see how it looks. Defensive tackle looks ready to go and get off the ball here. There's a handoff. The defensive lineman, nice swim move and a fantastic tackle by number 67 for a loss by the looks of things. Yeah, looks like a 2 or 3 yard loss. Unbelievable get off from number 67. Beats the offensive lineman with ease. I think North East Academy will have to adjust to that because they can't keep doing that with 67 in there. He looks ferocious. Like a young Charlie Dixon, some might say, who can see on the sideline there. Here we go, we're looking for second down, so this is a second. So for Under-16s contact, you get 4 downs to get to the halfway. If you're new to this format of sport, there's 5 on each side of the field. Early on, you will see a lot of runs down, so we're back in I formation with 2 wide. We're looking for a toss to the left. There's a flag on the play. That's an early flag, so it looks like a false start. on North East Academy, so they will be going back again to make this even longer. So yeah, so it's 4 downs to get to halfway, full contact, 5 on 5. You get 4 downs to get to halfway, and then it's 4 to the end zone. 25 yards per each half, so 50-yard field. And yeah, so we're looking forward to see what happens today. So there should be a lot of runs early on, as I mentioned. It looked like they were running that toss sweep to the right there, so we'll see if they come back with something similar. Trying to keep the ball moving early on and force these young lads to tackle, but 67 really seems up to it. His hands in the dirt. He looks like he's ready to go off the ball. He's off the ball. Here we go. We see that same play, the toss, and he gets out of bounds. Looks like he got back to the 5, so they're back to the starting point. So it looks like it's going to be third and around 20 yards. See what he's got dialed up on his sleeve. The offensive coordinator's talking to the quarterback. He's ready to get the play in. Quarterback jogs onto the field. Let's see what they're going to muster up here. Coming out of the formation, I would expect to see pass here. Something medium to give them a chance on 4th down. Receivers looking like they are going to catch the ball. They look ready to catch one here. I anticipate pass. Oh, it's another toss. That's a toss out of bounds. It's going to be 4th down, and it looks like, unfortunately, they've lost yards on that one again, so it looks like it's going to be 4th down and a long way. My assumption here now is they will have to run the clock. I don't think they're going to air this one out, but I was wrong last time, so let's see. 4th down, quarterback jogs onto the field, the Manchester defence. There's no nose tackle here, so what that means, if there's no nose tackle lined up, 2 guys can line up, or anyone can blitz from 7 yards, okay? So if there's no nose tackle with his hand in the dirt, what that signifies is that they might blitz. If they do, as you can see, 2 linebackers in here, they're going to be expecting, you'll expect these to crash downhill straight afterwards. Here we go, it's a pass play. Manchester's in good defence here. Everything seems to be covered up. Quarterback hooks, and it looks like it's going deep, and it's, just, unfortunately, it's a great back down, as all defenders know. It's not a pick, but Manchester offence comes onto the field. Now we're excited to see this dynamic offence, as I said, led by Latif. But I would imagine very much so here, watching Gale in the backfield, an incredible athlete who I'm really excited to see. Look out for number 21, Manchester's lead receiver, Lambros. He will be their deep threat with number 11 underneath. Excited to see how this offense attacks today. I would expect the ball will go into number 10's hands early, force this North East Academy to tackle. I would fully expect yep, here we go. We're going to go. I think this will come right across, run right. Here we go. Oh, and he pulls it. Lambros is deep. 21. They've head out, and it's a great catch down the sideline and out of bounds. Great ball by Latif. Oh, it seems to be carrying on. Have they given the touchdown, or was he out of bounds? Referees are pulling it back. Looks like he was out of bounds. So that is a 1st down for Manchester. Yep, looks like it was just over the 1st down. So maybe North East thinking the exact way I did, which is using Gale in the backfield as a decoy to pull the ball with Latif with a nice ball over, with Lambros on a deep over with a nice catch. There's just a few conversations whether he did get out of bounds here or it's going to be given the touchdown. This is why you always finish the play if you're a young athlete. Make sure the sideline never misses a tackle, so make sure you drive through. And the touchdown looks to have been given. His hands were in the air, signalling touchdown. There's a conversation here between the referee and Coach Andrew. We will see. Mandy's dragging Andrew back. It looks like the ball is being spotted for just the 1st down. Still a really, really good play. And we'll see if this Manchester offence scores on this drive. I'm very much thinking we might see something very similar, using Gale as the decoy and airing this ball out. Latif looks really comfortable in the pocket here. A large presence for an under-16s quarterback. He signals him out. This looks like, yep, unless he motions him back. Oh, here we go. Now the handoff to Gale. Now watch this. Oh, here we go. What a hit by Gale. I told you to watch this guy. Look at that for a play. That is an under-16, believe it or not, who's just absolutely made 12 regret any decision to tackle him. Unfortunately, he is down. But what a great play by Gale. He runs with such purpose and intensity. I think at this level, it's really tough to stop him. And he's just proven the point here. He's one of the only under-16s running backs who you are going to see who's going to look to come through you and not necessarily juke you. He likes the contact, and he's really put it on display there. Hopefully, a fantastic drive by Manchester. Hopefully number 12 there is okay. He's down on the field, but we'll check in to make sure he's okay. But a great run, a great 1-2 punch from Manchester there. So as we could see there, from the first play, Manchester aired it out using Gale as the decoy. And then they spread him out, looking like he's going into the pass. And then a nice motion across there from offensive coordinator Charlie. Really good play design there. So, again, showing them what they think they might see and then coming back to something else. Really good, high intelligent play there from an offensive coordinator. And then Gale doing what he does. The three people who I called out early on have been on display there first drive. So, Lambros with a nice deep over to get the first down. And then from a nice ball from Latif. Then a nice handoff and disguise, well-run play from the jet sweep from Gale. Unfortunately, we are still in a delay as number 12 seems to still be down on the field at the moment. So we'll hopefully we'll get him up and get him running. So Manchester this year, looking at their record, they have 5-0-1, so they have won 5 games, still undefeated, and unfortunately have tied 1 game. But they'll be high in spirits today, hoping to get 2 more victories. Like I said, cruising into the playoffs, which is hosted here, I believe, on the 8th of August, which is fantastic, a great venue, and hopefully we'll have another. Bring that to you as well. But yeah, so we're 5-0-1 going into this today, and I'm going to pull up North East Academy's record as well, and I'll go through some of the past results for you whilst we've got a bit of a delay here. But yeah, so it looks like we are still waiting for an update. Fortunately, we still got someone down on the field. Yep, so just looking at the North Division, so we got the Under-16s North Division, so Manchester are atop, so they've played 6 games, as I mentioned, 5 wins and just 1 tie. That tie came against the Chester Romans. They've scored a whopping 253 points already and only conceded 97 points, so really, really progressing well this year, Manchester, as I said, looking to secure that playoff berth and make their way to the playoffs this year. In second, we've got the Yorkshire Academy Assassins. They've played 8 games with an impressive 7 wins and 1 loss. That 1 loss did come at the hands of Manchester. They've scored 194 points and an 81 defence against them. So, again, poised to hopefully make the playoffs. And then you've got Lancashire Bucks, who are here today, playing 2 games. So they'll be hoping to get 2 victories today and maybe force the playoff picture. They're 4-3. So we'll see how they look later on. I think they're due up next against Manchester, and Manchester beat them in the first fixture, so I'm sure they're coming with revenge to try and reverse that today. You got Chester Romans in this division are 3-4. Unfortunately, here the North East Giants, they're 1-6, and then Darlington Steam, bottom of the division at the moment, 1-7. So Manchester looking for a good result today, and we'll see how they get on. A nice crowd here. One of the best things about this under-16s, as you can see, is we've got a nice full sideline of parents. The spine of this, a lot of this can't happen without parents regularly bringing water onto the field, as we can see now, and bringing the kids. So massive shout out to the parents and no one at home. Hopefully you're enjoying the stream so far. We've only been able to bring you a couple of plays, but they've been impressive from Manchester. So just to recap, to start with, Manchester on the first drive, they made North East Academy go 4 and out with 4 very impressive plays. 3 really dominating plays by number 67 of Manchester, really dominating the D-line to start off with. Best thing, like you said, about D-line here at this level is you've got offensive. I've only got usually one offensive lineman and then 1 defensive lineman. So if you've got a good defensive lineman at this level, you can really put pressure on the backfield, and it seems like they have here. Looks like number 12 has made it to his feet. Hopefully you can hear the round of applause as he seems to be walking off the field of his own esteem, which is fantastic news. It was a real tough hit, but great running by Gale, and we'll see what we go here. Manchester should be going for the extra point, and we'll see. So it looks like the ball, as you can see here, the referee has spotted this on the 10-yard line. So what does that mean is that the Manchester Titans are electing to go for 2 points. As I mentioned, they've got aspirations to be the number 1 offence in the country, so I think we're going to see early signs of this here. I think Manchester will be getting after this today, and I think they'll back themselves to be a high-scoring game from Manchester. We're seeing that same motion out to the formation, so similar look. Now Gale comes across. I'd expect Latif to pull this back as he does. Let's see this. We've got number 11 open in the end zone, but he throws it to that receiver, Lambros. As I said there, number 21 with a great catch. We're seeing them repping that play pre-game, and they've came out and done it fantastically. So, again, showing North East Academy something what looked very similar with the running back out to the wide receiver position and motioning across the field into the backfield. Latif then pulling that ball and then throwing the corner over the top to Lambros for number 21. So that score takes us to 8-0 for Manchester. An impressive first two drives. We had a 2-play scoring drive from Manchester and a 4-and-out. Let's see what this next drive looks like from North East Academy. There's a lot of talking on their sideline. They'll hope to get this run game going that they seem stubborn with on the first drive. So let's see if they come back to this. So it looks like we've got number 73 in the backfield. I think this will be a run here from what I can see. It's been what we've seen so far from that. It is a pass. We've got a drag over. It's a great pass and completion. Oh, a great tackle from number 99 there, taking 84 out of bounds. This Manchester defence is not messing around today. A good completion though on first down. Again, not showing the run that they did first down. So number 73 in the backfield. Let's see what they come with. We had the drag there, obviously a post from number 7. So let's see a clear out and the drag underneath. Let's see what they go to on second down. There we go, the snap is in. Again, great movement from number 67. Looks like they're blocking. That's a great tackle for a loss. Oh, he just gets the ball out there. Number 67, not only getting past the first defensive lineman, but then they seem to have the running back in the backfield, number 73, a lineman number, which signifies to me he's also a blocker in there, but he couldn't do anything to number 67, getting through 2 guys and into the backfield. A very, very impressive play there to really signify what could have been a tackle for a loss and a sack. The quarterback got the ball out for an incompletion. So it's third down and about 15 to 18 to go. North East Academy got that first down for 5 yards. Here we go, we're on third down here now. So they've shown pass on this drive. Let's see if they fancy it again with number 67 bearing down on the quarterback. They do. 67 rushes again. Quarterback finds time and space. He's got his arms up for holding. It is an incompletion out to the sideline. 2 out in the route. I think North East are really, really keeping somebody in here to try and deal with number 67, who's just dominated this game so far for Manchester. He's a very polarising player. You can't really take your eyes off him at the moment. Looks like they're going to that drop-in again formation, which we're seeing earlier on fourth down and long. I envision seeing some sort of cover 3 here from Manchester. And North East have to attack the sticks, but there's a long way to go. 15 to 17 yards. They've not shown the ability to get that deep so far. But let's see what they can muster up here. Here they come out. We're in twins right. We still got somebody in the backfield, but we know that backfield guy seems to be different. Emotions is out now. This guy's looking all over. Manchester, they throw it up. Oh, it's incomplete. It's uncatchable from the referee, which means it was no chance of any flags on there because it was not playable for the defender or the attacker. So here we go. Manchester, explosive Manchester offense come back on the field. As I said here, they had a fantastic 2-play first drive, and let's see what happens on second drive here. I'm expecting fireworks from Manchester. I think for this first play, won't be surprised if you see this going deep. But I've been wrong every time I've predicted it, so let's see how we get on this play. Gale motions out. I think this will be a goal from Gale up the sideline. Look for Latif down here. Oh, he's motioning back. Oh, and he's pulled it. Lambros is clear again. He's just overshot it here from Latif. But as I said here, I think Gale was also wide open up that right-hand side. I think offensive coordinator Charlie will come back to that play for sure, showing that exact same look. But Gale was wide open on the right. Latif also, however, saw Lambros opening, streaking open on that kind of inside post route, which is he's made a couple of plays on. I wouldn't be surprised if we see the same formation here. Let's see if Gale goes out. Gale goes out. He flips him. Here we go. Expect the run across. Here we go. Ball's in Gale's hands, making guys miss, making another guy miss. He's clear. Here he goes to the 5, 10, 15. Touchdown, Manchester. Another fantastic play from Gale. As I said, they're going for 2 here. Again, seeing this, I think Manchester are really trying to stretch this game today as they look towards playoff, really putting North East Academy to the sword here early on. They're going for 2. But another fantastic play from Manchester. Again, putting Gale in the backfield, flipping him, and then running him across the QB's face and just let the guy make guys miss. He's a fantastic player, and in space, he's very, very difficult to stop. As we've seen on the first drive, you try and tackle him low, he can run over you. You try and go high, he'll stiff arm you, make a guy miss. An incredible running back. One that I'm sure the under-19s head coach, I can see on the sideline, will be excited for next year. And yeah, many years to come from GB perspective, a fantastic player. So, and one Manchester born, bred from Middleton, so I'm assuming George Foster from the adult team will also be hoping in a couple of years' time he's lacing up the boots for the adult team. So, fantastic player. And as we see here, Manchester going for 2 again here. And now they're in a spread look. I expect this to go to Latif's hands. Gale's coming underneath. Lambros in that corner again. And that is another 2-point play. That is a great connection today. That corner route, either right or left. So the post or the corner from Lambros, and Latif seems to be finding him with ease. So a fantastic drive here. Again from Manchester, taking all 8 points. That means Manchester now on 16 points to 0 from North East Academy. Really need to get something going on offence. It's going to be an incredible long day unless they find something. Because Manchester's offence just doesn't look stoppable at the moment. Again, I think that's now 4, maybe 5 plays, 2 touchdowns. With Gale seem to be with both touchdowns, but obviously the passing game also looking just as deadly at the moment. Here we go, Manchester out, North East Academy out, Twins right. Oh, it's a fumble snap. They need to get on that, and he takes a knee again. I think the linebacker Dom was on there again, so that's another loss of yardage, unfortunately, for North East Academy. Unfortunately, at the moment, shooting themselves in the foot against what looks like a fantastic Manchester defence. Bit of respite here for North East Academy as number 67 seems to be on the sideline. I don't think it'll be any rest for the wicked as Dom comes in, who's one of Manchester's best players on defence as well. Here at nose tackle, one to watch. He makes the rush. He's through. It's a check down to the centre. Oh, so interesting play design there. So just so you know, at this level, whilst the centre is blocking, he also, this is a lineman's dream, does become a live catcher as well if he wants to. So again, as an offensive lineman, this is the dream. We do have the best hands in football, unfortunately. The big fella letting us down there. He wants to catch that and get him rumbling upfield. But yeah, he can be a live pass catcher, should it be the case. So here we go, same look, Twins right, 3rd down. It's a great block there from the running back. He makes a guy miss, and great recovery tackle from the nose tackle. He's just rushed the passer and then came right in pursuit. Made a fantastic tackle. I think number 55 there, I think I'm saying his name right, is Dom. What a great play to rush, beat the first man, take on the blocker in the backfield, and then in pursuit for the tackle was a fantastic play. Brings up 4th down for North East Academy. Again, really trying to get something going here. Seem to be gaining a little bit more confidence as they go on. Some of these check down plays, let's see what Manchester have got. They're keeping the rusher in on this, which is not what we've seen a few times on 4th down. We'll see if North East can make them pay for that decision. There's a great get off again. He's rushing the passer, he's bearing down on the quarterback. He's got his hands on him. Quarterback escapes it, throws it up. This could be a pick. Oh, it's a great bat down there. Good rush, good decision to keep the rush in, really force the pressure. Nice elusiveness from the quarterback, made him miss, comes off the field, throws it up, and we have a change at quarterback here from Manchester. Evan Day comes in at quarterback, ready to take the field. So there's no let up here from Manchester. They do have 2 quarterbacks who can both play at this level, and we'll see what they come out with here, and we'll see what the play looks like here. So first snap for Evan at quarterback. Sees Gale. I think this is going deep. And he comes across the midfield. Oh, nice. So number 11 as he gets out of bounds. Nice levels concept from the offensive coordinator. Here we go, Manchester driving now on the 2nd drive. And let's see what they come out with here. So they're really mixing up on offense, showing real versatility. They can hand it off whenever they want to Gale, and it seems like he can do whatever he wants, but showing their muscles in terms of this is their 2nd quarterback in. Doesn't look like much of a drop-off. So exciting times here for Manchester. Here we go in this Twins right look. Gale will flip. This could be the handoff, which we've seen so many times before. Hands it off. Evan pulls it. Let's see what's open. He's waiting for the wheel to come free. There's the deep ball that we said would be open. Oh, it's incomplete. It's what we said we'd come back to later on. They did come back to the play. Gale was open, had a step on the quarterback. Unfortunately, just dropped it. Unfortunately, that brings up third down for Manchester. This is the problem when you do have an explosive offence. You've got to catch those deep balls when they are up there. So let's see what they've got on third down. I would fully anticipate at any point they can hand this ball off to Gale and get the first down. I don't think it will be much of a problem. However, let's see what they come out with. Gale's now out onto the left. Oh, it seems to be a referee's timeout. It is the 2-minute warning. 2-minute warning. I think we are at 16-0 to Manchester. There's a communication here. So let's see. 2-minute warning. Here we go. Evan just jots over to Gale. I think they like this matchup on this side. Let's see how it comes up. Evan steps up in the pocket. He's going deep to Gale. Here we go. He's going to get... Oh, and it's just incomplete again. Now it brings up fourth down. We've had 2 deep balls. Again, probably one on the quarterback there, which kind of just overthrew the running back, Gale, and then the first one where Gale dropped it. But here we go. We're in fourth down. A chance for North East Academy to maybe get a stop here and then maybe drive something themselves. Like I said, with these high potent offense, Manchester really airing it out. Sometimes you've got to remember, you've got to catch that ball and build upon that. So it was a good first play, but 2 downs now where we've just sailed over the receiver. Let's see where we go now on fourth down. We've got trips to the right. Let's see how Manchester come out. Again, they're going to have to get across. He throws it to the centre, as I mentioned. There he is, wide open. He makes a guy miss. And another guy miss. Go! What a play from the centre. 60 there, rumbling downfield. I said that before. Once you get those big guys out in motion, out into the pattern, here he goes. He catches the ball and he makes 2 or 3 guys miss. Well, not really miss. They just cannot tackle him on his bigger frame there. So great job by number 60 and nice check down out into the backfield for what looked like a design centre screen, because that's the first time we've seen a North East Academy guy get into the backfield, which makes me think that was a design play. Where they released the centre out into the pattern, which was a great play design, knowing that if the defender who would have been covering him was heavy into the rush, he just squeezed him out into the flat for a nice centre screen, which again, if you are an adult player watching this, it will be unusual to see. This is slightly different rules at this level, where again, as I said, as an offensive lineman, it is my dream, one that I never got to live out, but there we go. I think I got my hands on the football once when it was a fumble, so I'm taking claim to that. I think that's as good as it got if you play offensive line, but I think at this level, they try and encourage it to be a little bit more fun, and so they should. And number 60 gets out there on a centre screen, or an offensive lineman screen, as it were, and makes the first down. Manchester are taking a timeout here. They're going to come out in first down. We'll see what they come out with. Gale looks like he's coming into the backfield. One to watch. And the handoff here wouldn't surprise me. North East Academy have got a lot of guys up on the line, probably expecting this. Here we go, that flip into the backfield. Expect the handoff across. It's a false start. Manchester shooting themselves in the foot here on this drive. That explosion seems to have gone from their offense. It's a false start. And let's see how they look now on this next play. So it's still first down. They will be marched back 5 yards. It's a false start. I think it was one of those false starts on everyone but the centre, as he used to get. So yeah, the centre was just a little bit late on the snap with a few guys going there. Let's see how it looks. He's probably so excited from his catch and run. I don't blame him. North East again, a lot of guys up on the line. Let's see, Gale flips. Expect the handoff here to Gale. Here he goes, number 10. Making a guy miss earlier. Oh, he's held on to him well. Tackle, Evan the quarterback pushing. Here we go. Good play. Good rally into the ball by North East Academy. The first time they seem to have got Gale on the floor. And the way you're going to do that is by tackling the numbers. Unfortunately, there seems to be an injury here, but one that I think we all know is probably more of a personal one than a physical injury. I think from his legs doing what he did, I think he'll be all right. I think his stomach might be hurting him for a couple of minutes, and we'll see how he gets up. I think a few deep breaths are needed from Gale there as the quarterback jots over to the sideline. And we'll see what comes out of it. I think he's going to take a bit of a respite for a play. We've all been in that situation. So hopefully by the smiles on the sideline, we kind of know what that pain feels like. Here we go. Manchester offense now. Second down. Their trusted running backs out. So let's see how they look. Looks like they've gone. They're going to go trips right. Expect the ball to be in the air here. We're looking for a pass. North East Academy look like they're in man coverage. We've got the motion being signalled here. Here it comes. Into the backfield. He carried on the motion. Okay, well, let's see. They're in man coverage. There's the ball. It's just over Lambros' head. get one arm up, but North East Academy seem to be in man coverage here and seem to be doing well in this. Here we go. They've asked Gale to come back on the field. I think we know where this ball might go on third down. Bit of a slower drive here from Manchester. The change at quarterback. Or maybe because of the 2-minute warning, they're intentionally driving down the field and trying to be meticulous to chew the clock. But we'll see here. I fully anticipate the motion here from Gale across the formation with a handoff. We'll see. No, it is a pass. It looks like we've got 3 drags to the left. The centre creeps out again, and it's a touchdown! Touchdown for number 60. That is the offensive lineman scoring there. So what we got there is we've got trips to the right, 3 guys dragging across the field, and the centre sneaks out into the flat. And then Evan finds him quite nicely for a Manchester touchdown. And Manchester seem to go in for 2 points here. And we'll see how this goes. They have been successful on both their 2-point attempts to start with. Let's see how they go on their 3rd attempt here. Heavy formation. Big loud shout from the defence. Good communication. What you'd love to see at under 16s level. And the handoff goes to Gale. And he's running. He's bumbling. He's going to try and make it to the end zone. And he looks like he is just short. That is a great tackle there from number 54. North East Academy are growing into this game. Wouldn't be surprised if they carry on growing into this game. We'll see a better turnout from on the second half. And definitely one to watch when they play Chorley later. They seem to be growing in a little bit more confidence. That was good communication pre-snap. Very loud calls, which is what you want from under 16 level, all communicating, and then getting a few more guys to the tackle point. Once they've taken him down, they realise he is fallible. He will go down to the floor. You just might need 1 or 2 years to bring him down. And they seem to have adjusted really well and made some good plays. I think the score now would be, it was 12, it was 16. It's now 22-0. I'm being signalled. My maths is terrible. As a true man, I can't multitask. Number 67 again, rushing. Again, North East Academy taking a leaf out. That is a great gang tackle there from Manchester. That's how you get the big fella down. Number 29 and 55 in partnership. What a textbook tackle, what you'd love from 2 players there. I think a defensive coordinator will be absolutely delighted with that. 2 hats either side, drilling, buzzing their feet and making a fantastic play on the tackle. Really, really good tackle on some of the bigger guys. North East Academy should be taking note of that. That is how you tackle in pairs there. Great job from the Manchester defence. But taking a play out of Manchester, but with sneaking that big lineman out into the flat seems to be the theme here. That seems to be working well. Okay, so we've got twins refs. So we've got spread here. Again, he's out. Oh, he takes the knee. 67. Oh, sorry, number 45 makes his presence felt. Again, Manchester seem to be just recycling these big defensive tackles here. Again, it must be a tough sled here for the offensive lineman. This is the 3rd, what looks like big defensive tackle, and I think that's going to be the half. Yeah, that is the half. In effect, North East Academy take a knee. That is the half, 22-0 for Manchester. An incredibly good half of football, and we'll be back for the second half shortly. Manchester will try and get after him and get some more scores. Okay, we are back now for the second half, all refreshed. Hopefully you got a cup of coffee in here, and we're back out with the Manchester offence. Evan at quarterback with Gale in the backfield. We see that motion, that flip motion to the left. Will it be the handoff? There's been a flag here. They're letting the play go, so I'm assuming it's not a false start. Here he goes, Gale to the 5. Here we go, touchdown, Manchester. There is a flag on the field. We'll see what it is. It's been a whistle. The referees are coming together. It looks like he's signalling a false start. But we will see here if it was a false start. I'm not sure why he didn't blow it up earlier. Oh, it seemed to be... Okay, so it seemed to be what probably looks like encroachment on the defence or lined up in the neutral zone. That has been declined, obviously, for Manchester. Sorry I didn't get more excited for that touchdown. But Manchester handing the ball off early on to Gale as he streaks down the sideline for a Manchester touchdown. As I said to you, one to watch here early on, and he seems to be consistent throughout the game here. Gale, what a fantastic player, and another fantastic run. Again, attempted tackle down the sideline, and Manchester going for 2 here. As we've seen throughout today's stats, 22 plus 6 equals 28, guys. Oh, and he's motioning towards the line. 5, here we go. And there it is, that corner to the back of the end zone. That is the 3rd time we've seen that now. That's to Lambros Honas, I think is how we pronounce his surname. And that's Evan Day, back of the end zone with another, again, those Manchester quarterbacks seem to be picking that out fairly easily. Rinse repeat for Manchester, hand the ball off to Gale, go for 2, throw the corner to the back of the end zone. Seems to be a pattern emerging here. Let's see if North East Academy can pick up to it. But then again, we have got the best view in the house up here in the gantry. We need to call it the... we'll come up with a nickname for it. I think it's the Stuart Robinson hideout, I think we'll call it for now. It seems to be a catalyst in putting on these live streams. A big shout out to Irish. Yeah, fantastic. Here we go. So North East Academy have now not got the 2 in the backfield. They're in this spread look, and we'll see what they come out with. I expect something nice, short and easy to get the ball going. We've got crossing routes, like a mesh concept here. They crash down, as we see, there's a missed tackle. Here we go, North East Academy. They're starting to build some momentum here. Here we go from that spread formation. We get the mesh concept, which we've seen them succeed on before with these outside receivers dragging across the formation, and then that means they create a mesh into the middle of the field, and that's where it comes from. So that's what they're looking to do here early on. As I said, they're growing into this game and building momentum. Number 55 in that nose tackle. Let's see what the offensive lineman can do with doing. It's a great rush, number 45. Looks like holding to me. Here we go, the flag comes out for Manchester. 45 did look to have the beating of him. Here we go, holding on the offense. If anyone's going to spot that, I can assure you it's myself. I've been called for that a few times in my career. However, never correctly called. I've never done it ever. So I know what it looks like if somebody does it. But here we go. Manchester moving North East Academy back again. As I said to you before, seem to be, unfortunately, shooting themselves in the foot. A good play on the mesh concept to get the drive going. Then a holding. Let's see where they come out now. They're back to where they started now. 2nd down. And again, we're here. He gets off it quite well. Oh, Manchester number 2 trying for a flying interception. North East Academy come to 3rd down here. They're not pulling punches anymore. They realise that they don't need to run the ball and be kind of conservative. They are seeing some level of success when they go into the spread formation. They're moving away from this ferocious rush that we've seen from Manchester in the first half. The second half here, their adjustment from North East Academy spread these guys out. Manchester are big on defence, so they're trying to make them run in space. Manchester look like they're in man coverage here. Again, we get that same mesh concept. Quarterback rolls out, and it is just, unfortunately, incomplete. Just behind number 7 with a great rush from number 45. But North East Academy seem to be building some level of momentum, and it's something they'll like to see. So that's 2 or 3 plays now on this mesh concept which they've been running, where they are getting some level of success, which we wasn't seeing early on. Being a little bit negative on 1st and 2nd down. They now seem to be adjusting now. So here we go now. North East Academy are now bringing number 73, and I expect to see him in the backfield for 4th down. We'll see what they look to do here. So they'll run 2 out left and right. And what we should see here is a fairly deep shot to these guys with number 73 in protection. There we go. So now we've got the 2 in protection. He throws it up. This is it. And there we go. There's the pick. They've been threatening to do that for a while. He's going in. Is he going to score? He scores! Manchester with the pick 6. Great play. The safety stayed in the middle of the field, read the quarterback's eyes, attacked the football, and took it all the way back to the house. What a fantastic play. Again, this is with North East Academy, when they bring that guy into the backfield, he's not really helping in terms of the pass rush. It's still getting there, and unfortunately for them, the quarterback throws it down the middle of the field, and unfortunately for them, the safety's there to take it back. So here we go now, Manchester's offense. Here we go, Latif coming back out now for 2 points. Let's see if they go back to this 21 into the corner. We've seen it 3 times. He lines up in that formation, so he's in tight. Again, let's see. It has been something they've yielded a lot of success on. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Here we go. We've got the motion out from Gale. He's coming back across the formation. He won't take the handoff. 21 will go to the corner, and there it is. Oh, just got a little bit stuck in his route, but it's been on there. That's the 4th time they've came to that on the extra point. Again, keeping the linebacker's eyes in the backfield, knowing the Gale's the threat. Again, sneaking that number 21 Lambros out into that corner. Unfortunately, just got a little bit, the quarterback threw it with anticipation into the corner. However, he just got stuck on his receiver and couldn't get quite on his DB and couldn't get quite out of his break to catch it. But it's another successful drive from Manchester on defence, keeping them to a 0. Something they didn't manage to do in the first fixture where it was 35-6. So I think they'll be keen on that 0 this time. And Manchester are really rolling now as they go into the second half. Really looking to put pedal to the metal, I think. Let's see here. Manchester seem to be that one high, as we've seen. Oh, the defender gets really off the ball, number 90 there. That was really great. Number 2 with a fantastic tackle. What a great tackle in space against the bigger guy. 2 gets really low and an unbelievable form tackle. Reminds me of an old Manchester Titans player called Chase, who used to be very, very similar. Small in stature, but really came down with a thud. And again, played many years on this field. So here we go now. Manchester back on defence. North East Academy, that's one of their better plays on first down. They've got 8 or 9 yards, so they're ahead of the chains. Now, don't shoot yourselves in the foot. Let's get something simple going and start to build a drive here from North East Academy. Snap 99's off the ball like a freight train again. 67. Oh, he's made a guy miss. Here we go. Oh, and that is an unbelievable pursuit tackle. But again, as I said to you, North East Academy, they're feeling themselves here. They're building into this game. That's a second successful run in a row here. So they've started to show that mess concept and those passing concepts, which means Manchester's came a little bit out into a little bit deeper into their formations. And what they've done is then they've came back to the run. It's really smart football from here now. One of the things I will say is watch how quick 99 seems to be getting off this ball. It is really something to behold how quick he's getting off this snap. Let's see if he can get after it again. Oh, it's great, he's off it again. And probably too fast. He seems to be over pursuing because of it. It was a great follow-up pursuit by the linebacker Dom for a great tackle, but Manchester seem to be doing really well here in terms of stopping this run on first down. North East Academy, 2 successful plays in a row, and the third one which gets some positive yards. So North East Academy growing into this. Manchester will want to put the brakes on this and get a stop, no doubt about it. Let's see how we come out here. So we've seen 3 runs in a row now. Let's see how they look now. So it seems to be they've still got number 84 in the backfield. It seems to be an adjustment. A bit of pace in the backfield. I think they'll still hand this off here. Here we go. It seems to be a flip out. And he makes the first guy miss. Second guy miss, following his blocks. Good tackle. But again, North East Academy really seeing some success here now running to the outside. Some great blocking downfield from North East Academy. And they'll be really, really building into this. Manchester will really want to put the clamps on here, not to concede. We'll see how they come out. It is going to be third down. 1 or 2 big stops here. And 1 big stop here. And we could see a very interesting 4th down. Now, if it's on the 5, we'll see how it looks here. I think if it's inside the 5, I'm pretty sure that will be the no-run zone. So it will be forcing them to pass the ball. But we'll see how they come out. Seems to be a referee's timeout, or somebody's called a timeout here. Maybe Manchester adjusting to see what they've had so far. I think with 99 getting off the ball so fast, actually, I think it's probably causing Manchester a little bit of problems in the run game, because he seems to be in the backfield, which is just giving them that lane to run away from him. So I think maybe if he's a little bit more patient and just stays in the face of the running back, he'll see a little bit more success. But let's see. He's using his speed at the minute, which would be great against the pass rush, but sometimes you've also got to play the run, which is shown here from North East that they are going to stay with this. Again, they've got someone in the backfield. Let's see what they come out in. Wouldn't be surprised if they pass it here. I think they might have to. Again, 99 rushes here very well. There it is. When it is the pass rush, oh, he gets the ball out. He's rolling, and it's tackled short. Great pursuit. So this is what I say. When he gets off the ball so fast, that quarterback's never going to have a chance. Well, as I said, if he runs it. So here we go. We're in 4th and short here now. Again, 99, incredible off the ball. We'll see here, 4th down and really short here, 4th and 2.5. Manchester defence really needs to step up for a big stop to keep themselves on the donut train. Let's see if they can do it. Every defence wants to keep a 0. This is the goal. Let's see. Big 4th down, ball's off. Seems to be under centre. He's got to throw it. He throws it side, and it's a great tackle short on the 1, and they stop them. What a great tackle. He stood him up on the 1 yard line, and that will be a turnover of downs. North East really would have wanted to punch that in, but I think that'll be it now. I think that is a great drive from Manchester to stop him there on 4th down and 1 with an unbelievable tackle, standing him up, driving his feet and driving him backwards. Fantastic. It all looked certain that he was going to score here when he catches it on the 1 yard line with momentum. Quarterback did really well to get the ball out, and lo and behold, there Dom was, number 55. I think their defensive captain stops him, drives his feet, and puts the receiver into the ground. Manchester offense comes right back out now with their very, very young quarterback here, Lincoln. Here he is. He's taking the first snaps. Oh, and he hands the ball off to Gale. That's smart for any young quarterback. Give the ball to this guy, and look at him roll. Finishes the drive with a forward flip, something I could only ever dream about. Looks like me getting out of bed in the morning, never mind. So, fantastic job from Gale. Really smart from the offensive coordinator, building their young quarterback into the game here, Lincoln. What a great kid, always around the Manchester programme, seen him for always at training, really working hard, and great handoff there to get it going. Let's see if here we go, nice, building his momentum, he gets out blocking, Gale cuts behind it, can they stop him? Doesn't look like it. Here he is, he's going to score here, and he just runs through someone for good measure, because that's the kind of runner he is. There was no need for him to run through him, but Gale just loves it. That is another touchdown for Manchester. I'm really losing count of the score here. They seem to be running up the score. I'm going to look over, and I'm sure George will give me the thumbs up to the score. We are 42-0 for Manchester. And that boy, Gale, keep feeding him the ball. Really, really good play there from Manchester. Gets the young quarterback on. This is the 3rd quarterback we've seen for Manchester today. He's on the field, and there just seems to be no drop-off. Just give it to that Gale. Here we go now. They're still going for 2. Let's see if Lincoln gets the chance to throw it here. He is. He's in the backfield. Let's see what we get. We've got the corner route if he wants it. He's been there all day. Oh, he throws it to Gale. It's unfortunately a tip interception. And then what looks like a sumo toss from Gale to tackle number 22. That's really unlucky for the young quarterback. He throws it to the right man. Gale just doesn't come down with it. And that's one of those tips which turns into an interception. Don't worry, young lad, that's not on you. Those things happen. Short-term memory. We'll get back on for the next drive. Here we go, Manchester's defence. This is what has been pretty good in this second half, watching this battle as North East Academy has grown into this. They was very persistent on the run early on. Came away from it to go back to some of these mesh concepts and some of these passing concepts. Manchester look like they're not putting now someone down for the rush, but they seem to have the big 3 linebackers in there. Look at that. Number 45, number 55, and number 50, I think. Cool, blimey. You don't want to run into that by the looks of things at under 16. Looks like a Premiership North linebacker core there. Dom hits the gap. They're going to try and pass it. Oh, and it's nearly incomplete. Manchester are just saying, come on then, run at us, and you're going to have to run into those big 3 guys. That actually looks like I could be sat here on a Sunday watching the Prem North with those 3 big linebackers. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is under 16s, and those 3 guys, if you want to run into them, do it at your peril. They've got 3 big underneath, 2 quick safeties behind. They are begging North East Academy to run, and these 3 guys are going to fly downhill. Let's see. North East Academy come out for 2nd down. Let's see what they come out with. If they're smart, they should start going into passing concepts based on this look. They are. Dom rushes. And it seems to be a quick pitch off to the running back. And there's those big guys all tackling around. They get 4 or 5 yards though. This is when you've not got the rush and those guys are off it. You are going to be able to get 4 or 5 yards. So it's another good play from North East. They seem to be much better in the second half in moving the ball. And again, something that Coach Henry will be looking for his staff to be building upon as they go to play Chorley later. I think this is something we will see as their identity from now. These short dink and dunk passes and some of these run plays, I think they'll, once this, not against this tough Manchester defence, they'll yield some results later on. But we'll see throughout the day. Here we go now, 3rd down and about 12 yards to go. It's the snap is high. Quarterback does well to gather it in, and he takes a knee. Dom does put his arms up. I don't think he's going to get flagged for that, so that will be classed as a sack for number 55. That will be one of the easiest ones he ever gets, but they all count. And now we will see North East Academy come out, and again, as they start to move to this pass deep game, they've just not shown the success to be able to do that, but when they come short, they run the ball, they've had great success. So let's see how they come back on 4th down. Now they are going to be in a situation where they need to air it out. Manchester are making their adjustments, they're keeping the 3 in big, and they're bringing number 2 out here into the flat to maybe cover. So they're going to go some sort of coverage underneath and then leave that one high safety who seemed to be really attacking the ball quite a lot today. Number 88 streaking down the field. They're going to throw it up to him and he makes a catch. What a great catch. That was the matchup, number 88 on 25. It looked as he really attacked the stem of that route, came back, broke past the 1st down and caught the ball, good catch. Good play from North East Academy as they start to build. As I said, in this second half, they've really been building. And we'll see if they can punch it in now. Okay, it looks like they've gone to this spread formation. Expect some sort of mesh concept here, as they seem to be doing. Now, here we go. They seem to be attacking deep again. Throw it up to number 88. He's taller and he goes attack. Great play on the ball from number 25 of the Manchester Titans, playing way above the rim. Makes a great bat down. And I think North East Academy have seen something they want to keep targeting here. Number 88, one of their taller receivers, just shown the ability to stretch vertically and catch the ball. They went right back to it, trying to target number 25, but he steps up this time. That's 1-1 between them two. This battle may continue into the 2nd down. I think they'll come back to it. Let's see. Number 88 out to the right with a 1-leg calf sleeve on, which means he's definitely a player. Here we go. Quarterback rolls to the left. Comes up to it. And now he comes underneath. Number 50 lays the boom on the sideline. And he gets flagged, unfortunately. I think they're saying he's hit him out of bounds. I don't see how he can see that. He's running full pelt and he just sees a guy catch the ball. I think that's a really unfortunate flag at this level when we've not got a marked out pitch. There's a few cones on the sideline. Really, really difficult for the player to pull out and not make that play here. Let's see what the refs call. Unfortunately, they have given that as a flag. I think it's a really, really tough one. To me, it looked like it was pretty much on the sideline. If he was out of bounds, the receiver looked like he didn't even know he was out of bounds because he looked like he was turning upfield to make a play. So unfortunately for number 50, he is going to be punished for that. And that will mean that North East Academy will be in 2nd and halfway to go. So 2nd and 10 here. Attempting to score 2nd and goal, should I say. Here we go. They come out, break out the formation. Number 88 goes out to the right. We've got the bigger guy in the backfield. So let's see. From this look before, we've seen some sort of deep pass. 1st down. They've got plenty of time. Here goes the mesh underneath. 84 is open. They take the check down with a great tackle. Again, a good gang tackle, but that is a play we've seen them run a few times early on. And they come back to it with a drag across the formation. And that is a good play from North East Academy. Manchester are going to have another really good stand here. So that was a 1st down. So the penalty also caused it to go to 1st down. And here we go now from North East Academy. 2nd and what looks like 3 or 4 to punch it in. Manchester stopped him before. Safety needs to play a little bit shallower. But here we go. Here comes the drag again. They're going to look back to it. Number 84 catches it. And that is going to be a touchdown for North East Academy. Henry and his sideline celebrate. Fantastic play. Great result for North East Academy. Have really grown into this game. They should be really proud of how they've kind of adjusted to this. And as I said, I think one of the things that we're going to see is I think they might shock Chorley later on with the way they're driving the ball here on a very, very good Manchester defence. And they seem to have punished it in for the score. They are just going to go for 1. And let's see what the result of the play is. I expect number 84 to run this drag again. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Here he comes. And there he comes on the drag. He's running the 5 and in. He gets clear. And unfortunately, the quarterback throws it into double coverage and incomplete. Manchester come back onto the field, trying to score to get some more points on the board. I think 50's in sight for them, and I think knowing this offense, they will be putting pedal to the metal to try and score. I think that makes the score from memory 42 to 6. So 42 to 6 here in a great contested affair. Manchester high explosive offense to start the game. They've kind of kept pushing the whole way through the game, rotated quarterbacks. Their starting quarterback Latifi's now back in. Hand off to that man Gale. Oh, he pulls it. He fooled me there. Here goes the deep bomb to Lambros, and he goes up above the rim, catches the ball. And that is a great play. What a great tackle to finish. That is good football all around. Great pull, great coverage. However, Lambros gets above the rim, makes the play for a big completion for Manchester. And here we go. They're moving again. Manchester. This offense has shown this all day. This explosive, even some of their deep shots when they've been incomplete, they have shown the ability to really want to get after it. Here we go, they're back on offense. Gale flips, and we've seen this a few times. This has usually resulted in a run to Gale. The handoff goes there. Latif gets out lead blocking, but it doesn't matter. Gale goes in, believe it or not, absolutely untouched. That is a score for Manchester. Referees are blowing a whistle here and having a conversation. If this score is good, that will make it 48 to 6 Manchester. We will see. Having a conversation, looking at the watches. Maybe they're talking about it. If I think at this level, it would be a mercy rule. That is the 2-minute warning. There seems to be something on Manchester. Unsportsmanlike on Manchester. I don't know if this is after the score. I don't know if the score will be good. Not quite sure who it's on. But it does look like there's an unsportsmanlike on Manchester. Score is good. So that is 48. So it looks like it was after the whistle. Maybe Manchester taunting or something to that effect. So they will be going for 2, as they have all day. However, because they're going for 2, the unsportsmanlike will march it back 15 yards. So this is going to be an extra point. I think this is this is their extra point for 2 points from the 35. 25, sorry. Ball is snapped, refs are on the field. Well, that was definitely going to be a run play. Here we go then. Manchester back on the field. This is an extra point going for 2. And we'll see here. Let's go for 2 points. 48. They need this 2 points to get the 50. They will be going for it for sure. Gale goes out into the formation. Lambro goes into the corner. QB airs it up to number 11. And Gale's there. And it is incomplete. Gale takes it off number 11. But it's incomplete regardless. That means the score is 48 to 6. That looks like it signified end of game. Yes, that half run fast. I think they was in the mercy rule a lot. North East Academy got that score. That means the score finishes 48 to 6 to Manchester in a very impressive display. Getting all 3 quarterbacks on the field, running the ball at will. A fantastic result from Manchester. We'll be back shortly for Game 2, where Manchester will take on the Chorley Buccaneers, Lancashire Buccaneers, should I say. That's my age showing there. So Manchester with a fantastic victory, 48 to 6. We'll be back shortly for Lancashire Buccaneers v Manchester Titans for a road to the playoffs.
Well, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. So we are here with the Manchester Titans under 16s and the Lancashire Bucks under 16s. Yes, this may be a familiar voice to some people, but no, it's a pleasure to be here. George, what about yourself? No? Fair enough. So it is me, and the captains are walking out. Manchester sending 4, linked in arms, and the Lancashire Bucks sending 3. So we have heard that should the Lancashire Bucks win today, they will go to the playoffs. Manchester have already locked in the playoffs, but Manchester are still fighting to win the division. So a lot to play for both teams. Yeah, obviously these are local rivals, 2 very good setups as the coin toss. Let's see who wins the coin toss. It appears to be the Bucks have won the coin toss, and we will see the result. As the ref makes the announcement now, I'll try to do my best. So the Lancashire Bucks have chosen to receive and will be on offense first. So that's a good decision. Lancashire going all out, trying to score. But yeah, as I was saying, both teams have a lot to play for. You know, local rivals, Manchester and Lancashire. 2 very good youth setups from the region, and we should be in for a good game and a good showing of Northwest football. So looking forward to it. Got a good crowd here as well. Manchester are playing their second game, which they came out victorious, and the Bucks will be playing their first. And hopefully we'll be in for a good game as the Bucks go in on offense first. Okay, and the Lancashire Bucks set up on offense first, as we can see. See, they've got 2 wide and a running back set, while the Titans are a bit more of a base setup. 1 D-line, 2 corners, 1 linebacker and a safety. Let's see where we go. Oh, and it's a bad snap. QB recovers, and that's been blown dead as a safety. So that is a safety to the Manchester Titans on the first play. That will be extremely frustrating for the Lancashire Bucks, but we expect them to be able to recover from that and go again. So that will now put the Manchester Titans on offense. You ready? And the Manchester Titans are now on offense. Motion from the running back, number 10, and they appear to be in a trips right formation. Motion left, and it's a handoff. Oh, and he's been tripped up, what appears to be by his quarterback, but that happens. So that will be a 2nd down for the Manchester Titans. The Lancashire Bucks are lining up in a bit more, again, of a tight defensive formation. So they don't have 1 out-and-out D-line, but 2 linebackers, 2 corners, and a safety. Big difference from what the Titans were running. But again, we see... And that is a fake handoff, and it's a pass from QB. And that's a catch by number 21, and a great ankle tap tackle by number 42. Great play, great pass by the Manchester Titans, and a good recovery and a good tackle by number 42 of the Lancashire Bucks. That will be a 1st down for the Manchester Titans. So we see here Manchester with their 1st down, about 10 yards from the end zone. They can still run or pass here. We see, and it's a pass. And it's a pass to the centre. Living a lineman's dream, but he was unable to bring it in this time. I'm sure he'll get another chance. So that will be now 2nd down to the Manchester Titans as they go again. Lancashire Bucks maybe just reeling a little bit, conceding a safety early on, and then a big shock play on the 2nd offensive play by the Titans. So, but I'm sure they'll be able to recover and stabilize. So we see Twins on the right with a running back, motion into the left side. We go, and that is a handoff. Manchester is... Oh, and it's fumbled! And it appears to be a Bucks recovery, but I believe that may have been out of bounds. We'll see what the official's decision is. It appears to still be Manchester ball. Yes, so that was a fumble by the Manchester running back. But as he fumbled out of bounds, Manchester will retain possession. And that is third down. Third down, and they're about 2 yards away from the end zone. I'm sure Manchester would like to punch this in while Lancashire will remain fighting, as it is a no-run zone. So they'll be primarily in their pass coverage. It's a motion from the one. It's a pass, and that is and he's dropped it in the end zone, number 11. That would have been a nice and easy touchdown, but again, I'm sure 11 will recover from that and move on to the next play. It is now a fourth down. Lancashire will be absolutely hoping they can get a stop here. That will surely give them a good momentum change. Manchester would love to punch this in just to double up their point score, make it a 2-score game. Trips right from the Manchester Titans. Adjustment QB number 1 trying to make an adjustment on the line there. That's good to see at this level. Good pressure. Oh, and the pressure causes a wayward pass, and that is a turnover on downs. You've got to give credit to both teams there. Manchester drove the field, got straight into the red zone, but the Bucks held on strong and remained. The score remains 2-0 to the Manchester Titans. The Bucks will be looking to get a good start this time, a better snap. As again, we see Manchester keeping the D-line in with their single linebacker and 2 corners and a safety. It's a better snap. QB is looking downfield, and that is pass is just a little bit low to number 11, and that is an incomplete. Second down to the Lancashire Buccaneers. Both teams clearly trying to just stabilize themselves, see each other out. So we see a bit more of a heavy package from the Lancashire Bucks with 3 players on the line of scrimmage and a single running back. Oh, and it's another wayward snap. And that is out the end zone, and that is another safety to the Manchester Titans. I believe that the Lancashire Bucks are appealing to the D-line appearing to be offside. However, there is no signal from the officials there, so I believe that that is a safety to the Manchester Titans. Still no signal given, but with both, I can see both the offenses setting up, so we're going to call that 4-0 to the Manchester Titans with 2 safeties. I'm sure that the Lancashire Bucks are going to want to restabilize and slow down, but they're a very experienced program with a very good coaching staff. They'll know what to do and how to handle that, while Manchester will try to continue the pressure to keep the heat. First down, Manchester, motion in the running back to offset left, and a motion from the receiver. And we have a jet with a good block from number 10. Multiple players tackling. Look at that's what you love to see as a defensive coach. All 5 players on the tackle. Good run, decent gain from Manchester. Good football from both sides. So that is second down for the Manchester Titans. Again, we see this time, I think the Bucks have gone for a bit of a change and do now have an out-and-out defensive lineman. Manchester have 2 on the line. Motioning the running back out to receiver, and we shall see. It's a pass. Good pressure by the Bucks D-line. QB got it away, but the pressure from number 36 appears to have caused number 1 to unable to get that pass. It's a good chess match going on between both teams. Manchester have a very misdirection offense, which is causing problems for the secondary. However, the pressure from the Lancashire Bucks causing a lot of problems for the quarterback. Very good chess match going on between both teams. That is now third down for the Manchester Titans. We'll see again with an empty package. 1 receiver on the line. Motion from the 1, and that is a pass, and it is a screen. Good blocking setup, and that is a first down and more. That's a good play from the Manchester Titans. A good recovery there. Nice little screenplay. Who doesn't love a screen pass? First down, Manchester. A nice steady drive by the Titans offense here, led by U16's offensive coordinator, Charlie Evans. Defensive player by his practice, but trying his best out at offense and doing a very good job so far. We see again an empty package here. The Bucs appear to have gone back to 2 linebackers, removing the out-and-out defensive lineman. Deep shot by the QB, just slightly overthrown, attempting to get number 21. That will be a second down to the Manchester Titans. As I've mentioned before, it's good to see a good competition between both teams. The Lancashire Bucks changing from 2 linebackers to 1 D-line situation, depending. It's always good to see that kind of stuff. We can see again here they're going more for a coverage package as Manchester motion into an empty set. And motioning back. And it is a handoff. Good block, good reading of the blocks by number 10 and still going. And there is a flag on the field. Most likely with the situation, it will probably be a holding, but we will always call and wait to see what our officials say. Just to obviously make it obvious, we're always happy to have our zebras here on the field. We're always appreciative of the work they do for making our game work. Whatever you say, game can't happen without them. So we'll always give our justice credit to them. And that is holding on Manchester. So that will be a 10-yard penalty and I believe a repeat of second down. But it's good to see both sides really chopping and changing up in what they're doing. Manchester started with a lot of runs and now they're changing it. There's a lot of motions, a lot of misdirection. The Lancashire Bucks are doing the exact same thing on the defensive side, going from all-out defensive pressure with a defensive end to having a linebacker set, adjusting to the heavy packages. It's very good to see on both sides, a good level of coaching on both sides. And that is a handoff to Manchester, and 10 has got space and he is in the end zone. That is a Manchester Titans touchdown on the run. A very good rush by number 10. Good blocking in front of him. And a very good effort by the team overall. It appears that the Titans are going for 2. Yep, for a moment I was worried that it had been pulled back, but no, didn't see any laundry on the field. The Titans will be going for 2, so they can run or pass in this situation. Motion the running back out and motion him back across. Fake handoff, and the QB is looking for a target. He throws it up, and there is no one. He throws it in between 2 Lancashire Bucks defenders. Apparently, the airspace was not what number 1 was hoping for. So that's a good stop, Lancashire Bucks. Hopefully give them some momentum going forward. I'm good. And we see the Lancashire Bucks here in a heavy package and the defensive line. I do question if the defensive lineman is going to get away with the swaying, as I do see the Lancashire Bucks are looking to appeal it. But that's a handoff and a run. Some good blocks in front of the Lancashire number 20. I believe number 24. No, I'm wrong. Number 23. 20. Apologies. Number 20. Jersey's getting pulled. It can sometimes be difficult to see that last time. But that was a good rush by number 20. The Lancashire Bucks, I'm sure, are happy to start looking to get some momentum going after not 1 but 2 safeties. But as I previously mentioned, they're a very experienced coaching staff and a very good outfit. I'm sure that they would have dealt with the situation and dealt with the issues that have been causing them. We'll see again the Lancashire Bucks with this heavy set with 3 on the line of scrimmage and 1 running back in the backfield. The Manchester Titans going with only 1 defensive lineman, what appears to be a linebacker in 2 corners. And that appears to be a jump from the defensive lineman. I feel like that may have been a freeze play, but we will wait to see what side they will give that on. The signal from the White Hart was an offside from the defence. So that will be a free 5 yards for the Lancashire Buccaneers. I'm sure Manchester will be making sure they don't give away 3 yards again. Good match of chess going on between both teams. We've got freeze plays, heavy packages, empty sets. It's great level of football to see. So snap and a handoff again to number 20. And the defensive line gets a hand on him and brings him down with the assistance of his teammates. That is a 3rd down and another good run by the Lancashire Bucks. It's always a pleasure to see the different style of defenses being employed by both teams, while the Lancashire Bucks were mixing in between their out-and-out pressure and having the 2 linebackers out the line of scrimmage. You've got the Manchester who have 1 D-line and have effectively 3 linebackers, although they're more 2 corners than a linebacker, both with a 1 high. Lancashire Bucks go with a bit more of a spread offense now. QB takes his check down to his running back. Oh, and he bounces off 2 tackles and gets the 1st down and more. A great effort for number 20. Bounces off 2 tackles about 3 yards before the 1st down and keeps chugging his feet, spins around, gets a 1st down for the Lancashire Bucks. And I believe that is the first time out for the Manchester Titans, as the coaches will give both teams a break just to recalibrate and discuss with each other. First down coming to an end. We'll see OC Charlie Evans just discussing with his players. Lancashire Bucks are coming out after getting the 1st down. And we'll be looking to see what they get. So we see the Lancashire Buccaneers back into their heavy package as the Manchester Titans bring their players a bit closer to the line of scrimmage, clearly expecting the run. So snap. Oh, and it's a bit of a trick play. Number 11 has seen some space, runs through a defender, and then is tackled out of bounds. Good hustle by the Manchester Titans defense and a good play design by the Lancashire Buccaneers. That will be now a 2nd down for the Lancashire Bucks. As expected, the Buccaneers have seemed to have stabilized the offense a bit more after 2 early safeties. It's a sign of good coaching and good composure from their players. So we see the heavy package coming out from the Lancashire Buccaneers. Clearly something they're getting very comfortable with. Manchester seems to have backed up a little bit with no out-and-out defensive lineman on there. You can hear those loud cheers of support from the Manchester sideline for their defense. Got a pass. It's a pass. QB sees his open lineman, and that is a touchdown for the Lancashire Buccaneers. Number 59, who I believe was the center, getting open and catching the ball into the end zone, holding it through the contact as well. That was a good read and a good pass by the Lancashire Buccaneers offense and QB. The Buccaneers will be going for a 1-point attempt, just trying to cut down on the Manchester Titans lead. So we see a trips right formation from the Lancashire Buccaneers as the Manchester defense scrambles to adjust to this. Pass, QB looks for an open receiver. And he goes for the short pass, and that has been given as a touchdown. So that is a successful 1-point attempt by the Lancashire Bucks. That brings the score to 10-7 in the favor of the Manchester Titans. But the Buccaneers showing that they are not done yet. Once again, for those who may have just joined us, both teams are in this game with quite a lot to fight for. The Lancashire Bucks are fighting for their right to compete in the playoffs this year. A win would secure them into the playoffs, so they absolutely will be giving it their all, while the Manchester Titans are looking to secure the division title. So again, two very crucial opportunities for a local rival, as number one goes deep and just overshoots receiver 21. Receiver 21, very much a deep threat for the Manchester Titans. A very good young receiver. Number one, very comfortable, giving him a chance to make a play on those deep shots. So yeah, two local rivals, both with a lot to fight for. And it's been a very good game, a very intense chess match so far. Both teams really just trying to get a stronghold, and both teams going back and forth like a very good boxing fight. As the white hat blows the whistle there, that is the 2-minute warning. That is the 2-minute warning so far, and we are 10-7 in the first half. As we see Manchester coming out in their spread offense with one tight to the right. QB number one just trying to make sure his offense knows exactly what they're doing. That's good to see at this level. There's a nice snap and a deep lofted ball. Oh, and both 21 and number 42 battling for the ball. A great defensive stop by number 42. It's a very good battle between the DBs and the receivers today. That's good to see. As that is now a third down, a third and long for the Manchester Titans offense. As we see the Lancashire Bucks going back to the more traditional defensive end to get some pressure on the QB. And we have a running back dive. Number 10 looking for some space. Breaking one tackle. Breaking two. Breaking three. Oh, it's still got them. They can't bring him down. And that was a very good effort, but a very good gang tackle as well by the Lancashire Bucks. Good football on both sides. Absolute great effort for the Manchester running back number 10. Great effort chopping his feet, pumping his feet, making sure he can get every last yard to help his team. It is now a fourth down for the Manchester Titans. We'll call that a 4th and 6. If we can say that, 6 yards, yeah. We are also within the 2-minute warning, so I believe Manchester would absolutely love to go into the half with a score, while the Lancashire Bucks would absolutely love to get a stop and hold some momentum. We see the Bucks with the out-and-out D end again, and there's pressure from 36. And the lineman is giving the ball and gets the first down. And that is a first down for the Manchester Titans via their center. A quick check down from the center. Very smart play by the OC. Get the first down, reset the chains, and you go again. The Lancashire Bucks will be very disappointed in that, but they'll be looking to make sure that they can get a stop now, especially with the clock winding down going into the half. We'll see Manchester with a nice little reverse jet play here. And, oh, number 11 misses the tackle, and number 21 falls into the end zone. And that is a Manchester Titans touchdown. Manchester will be very happy with that score going into the half. Just increasing their lead. Appears that they will be going for 2. Yep. They'll be going for 2 points so they can run or pass. Just for those who are unsure of the 5-on-5 contact rules, when you have a 1-point attempt, you can only pass the ball. When you go for a 2-point attempt, it is further back, and you may run or pass as you wish. As it appears, the Lancashire Bucks are going back to their 2 linebacker set. The Manchester QB just setting up his offense. And that is a timeout taken by the offensive coordinator. I believe the offense was running out of time. So the coordinator chose to just stop it, give them a time to reset, make sure they know exactly what they are doing. A nice little water break as well for both teams. It is a surprisingly warmer day than it looks. Very humid out here, and for anyone who has been around, playing the sport, that sometimes you forget to make sure you keep yourselves hydrated. So it's good to see that the coaches are ensuring both teams are getting their fluids in. Surprisingly humid, a bit of wind as well, but that can sometimes let you mistake you to think that you're not overheating. So it's always good to make sure our players are getting hydration. We see Manchester out in a spread formation, motioning the running back out as they go for their 2-point attempt. We see the QB looking deep, signaling his receivers deeper into the corner and just slightly overthrown by number 1. Communicating with his running back as well. I believe that will push the score to 16-7 to the Manchester Titans, as the Lancashire Bucks try to see if they can get any points on the board before the half. I do believe that the Lancashire Bucks do still have both timeouts, and I believe Manchester have one, as they used one during their 2-point attempt. As we see the Lancashire Bucks in their spread formation. There's some good blocking by the Lancashire Bucks O-line, and almost an interception for number 25 of the Titans defense. I am sure he would absolutely love that one back. Good coverage as number 11 appeared to be open, but number 25 shut that down very quickly and almost intercepted that ball. As we see the Lancashire Bucks coming out again in their spread set, as the Titans have now removed back from their traditional D-line and going to more of a 2-backer, 2-corner package, as they expect a heavy pass. QB's got all the time he would like. Hits his player, misses 1, dodges 2. And I believe it appears that the ball was removed. However, there's going to be a conversation as the player being 1 knee down. It appeared that he had a knee down, but we will see what the official decision is. Yep, just as our white hat and our officials come into the middle to discuss. Just from my view, it did appear to have 1 knee down, but obviously our official had a much, much better view close up, and we will see. However, regardless, knee down or not, it was a great hustle and a great effort from the Manchester Titans defensive player. And that is the half. So the white hat has declared that the player was out of bounds and the play was dead before the ball was ripped out and taken back for a touchdown. And that is the half. And welcome back. We are back for the second half. It is only a 5-minute half time with our 5-on-5 levels. It's more to make sure, get the kids hydrated, check out any niggles, any injuries, make sure that everyone's okay, and get the boys ready to go again and excited to play. So the Manchester Titans will start on offense and will be looking to extend their lead. The Titans appear to have put in a new quarterback. That looks like to be number 12 in a QB, giving number 1 a rest. Hopefully, he seems to be okay. He's not injured. You can see him walking on the sideline. And it is a run from the Manchester Titans. That is a tackle attempt by number 11, and the rest of his teammates have got him down. Nice, heavy downhill run by Manchester Titans, number 90. As the Titans will probably be looking to slow the game down as they've got quite a decent lead and are on offense as well. As the Manchester Titans come out you see 2 receivers on the right, and it would appear that number 90 will be in at running back. Or no, he's in at a type of tight end formation. As we see the Lancashire Bucks again without a traditional D-line. Number 12 looking for a target to pass. Takes the short check down. Number 11 has just failed to secure that tackle properly. And a great tackle by number 7. As we see, that was a first down for the Manchester Titans. As they go out to another spread type packages again, the Bucks prefer their 2 linebacker setup right now. 2 linebackers, 2 corners, and a safety without an out-and-out pressure from the D-line. As the QB needs to be careful he doesn't run out of time to throw the football. Aims for the end zone, and it is almost intercepted by the Lancashire Bucks, number 91. There appears to have been some sort of miscommunication there by the Manchester Titans offense. And that is a timeout for the Manchester Titans. They seem to, as they look to just recalibrate the offense, just get back to the level of performance from the first half. As number 12 remains in at quarterback for the Manchester Titans. They have opted to go for a bit more of a speedy running back as they had been going for power earlier to start the half. The Lancashire Bucks are again going for coverage rather than out-and-out pressure to stop this. Second down for the Manchester Titans. As an attempt, good reading of blocks by number 10. And he is bundled into the end zone, and that is a Manchester Titans touchdown. That is a rushing touchdown for number 10. The Bucks had an opportunity to bring him down, but were just unable to slow him down before he broke the plane. As the Titans appear to be going for 2. Again, I will reiterate, they can run or pass from this. They can run or pass. As Manchester Titans come out in their spread formation motion from the number 10. QB looking downfield. Trying to redirect his traffic. Oh, and it is dropped in the end zone by number 10. I believe there was a little bit of pressure from the number 42 defensive back, but number 10 was unable to bring it in. I'm sure that the Bucks will be happy to have gotten that stop. As it is a Lancashire Bucks first down. As the Lancashire Bucks are now on their first down as they have a spread, as the Titans staying with their out-and-out defensive linemen, trying to get some pressure on the QB. As the QB goes for his check down, but number 42 just lets it bounce off of his fingers. That will be a second down for the Lancashire Bucks. as the Manchester Titans remain in their 1 D-line, 1 linebacker, 2 corner set. The Bucks with twins receivers to the right with a single running back. Looking really to score to cut down on that lead. QB went to go for the quick to his defense, to his offensive lineman. He was just unable to get it exactly where the lineman needed it. And that will be a 3rd down for the Lancashire Buccaneers. The Manchester Titans appear to have a bit more of a foothold in the game now, a bit more under control. But the Lancashire Bucks have absolutely not given up. They do not have any quit in them, as you can see. As you can hear those very loud chants from the Titans sideline. Then it's tossed to number 20. Tries to dodge one, but he is brought down by the Manchester Titans defense. And that will be a 4th and long for the Lancashire Buccaneers. I will say it's good to see both youth teams nicely kitted out in their colours. The Manchester Titans all in their nice pastel blue. The Lancashire Bucks with their white and black with the red outline and the black lowers. It's good to see the uniform. Good to see offensive coordinator Charlie Evans trying to hype up his defense. And that is a 4th down, and this is probably a crucial 4th down for the Lancashire Bucks, as I'm sure they would need to start cutting into that lead. Oh no, and the offensive lineman wasn't prepared for that pass coming for him. And that is a turnover on down for the Lancashire Buccaneers. The Lancashire Buccaneers sideline asking for a face cage on the offensive lineman, but the official is unfortunately not agreeing. I wasn't able to clearly see anything on my screen, as I was obviously looking a bit further downfield. But the sideline is really appealing for that face cage. But unfortunately, as we all know, once those officials have made the decision, it's unlikely that they will change. We see Manchester back in this heavy set that we know they like for their running back dive. And it's handed to their number 10, who almost loses it but keeps chugging his feet. Turned from what could have been a lost ball, but to an absolute very good gain. As it is a 2nd down for the Manchester Titans, and they are sticking with number 12 in at QB for this half. That is a bit of a nightmare for defensive coordinators when you've got a scheme for not 1 but 2 different quarterbacks. It's good to see that the Titans are able to do this with the depth that they have with their youth setup. As we see a motion from number 10. As number 12 looks deep, deep, deep. Oh, and almost again intercepted by number 11, who I think got just enough on it just to misdirect it away from where 21 was hoping it would hit him. The Lancashire Buccaneers, I'm sure, will have had many opportunities that they will be reeling at, a number of interceptions that could have really changed the game. But that's how football works. It's, 4 or 5 moments that can change everything. And so far, the Manchester's just had more of those moments go their way, as the Titans throw a quick screen to number 21, who dodges a tackle, dodges another, and he's clear. And that is a very good touchdown by number 21. Dodged 2 tackles in the backfield and then just sees the seam and just gets into the end zone. The Lancashire Bucks will be really, really annoyed at that, as they had not 1 but 2 opportunities to bring him down. The Titans will be going for 2 to really, really seal off this game and hopefully the division title. The Titans have been in a very competitive division this year. As you can see from this game alone, the Buccaneers are a very good setup. They've been competing with the Yorkshire Assassins also for their under-16 for the division. They've obviously had the North East Academy Giants in their division. And 2 Titans players have crashed into each other with just a bit of a miscommunication on that 2-point attempt. Both players, obviously, all eyes on the ball trying to get the 2-point. But as soon as they crashed into each other, they just shook hands and said, both, my bad. That is just communication, as they both high-fived the head coach. as I'm sure they'll watch the film and they'll realise that there was one maybe to run a different route. The Lancashire Bucks have a first down as they look to finish strongly in this game. And that's a handoff with number 35 in the seam and brought down. A very good rush by the Lancashire Buccaneers before he's brought down. Very good rush by number 36. Lift with those high knees rushing through that seam, and a very good block by the Lancashire Bucks. That is a second down as they seek to close the gap. The Manchester Titans sticking with their one defensive lineman pressure. As you can probably hear that sideline support from the... And it is another bad snap for the Lancashire Bucks as the QB tries to just land on it. But he overshoots it, and number 99 picks it up for the fumble 6. As a defensive lineman myself, that is very much the kind of things we dream about, and 99 will be really enjoying that. That is really unfortunate for the Lancashire Bucks. Another one of those moments that have just not gone their way. As the official blows the whistle as the officials tried to decide what occurred on that play. As I do believe the QB was down and maybe touched the football. Are they going to try and maybe say that he was down before the touchdown? The Manchester Titans, and I'm sure number 99, are waiting eagerly to hear the result of this, as will the Lancashire Buccaneers, as they hope for two very different results from this discussion. As the officials really taking their time with discussion, making sure that they get the right decision. As frustrating as nervous as it may be, it's always a good sight to see that they make sure they're getting it right. Okay, so just to give you guys an explanation, there's a few jaws down. The officials have said that number 99 recovered the football. However, he has dropped and put the football down before crossing the plane, and it will be a first down to the Manchester Titans. As many of us have maybe seen before, it is something that happens in college football where they will stop, they will celebrate just a bit too early. And, you know, it's always a coaching point that we will say, make sure that you are in the end zone before you put it down. And unfortunately, unfortunately, that will only be a first down to the Manchester Titans instead of a touchdown. And that is a timeout by the Manchester Titans, just as they want to continue to discuss that. As the Manchester Titans go for their first down attempt, QB's looking for his open receiver, goes to the corner end zone, and that is a touchdown. Good pass by number 12, and that is a great catch through contact by, I believe, number 17. Yes, it is number 17. And that is another Manchester Titans touchdown. I do apologize for that long extended silence earlier. We were just reviewing the footage earlier of the pick fumble recovery. Manchester will be going for their 2-point attempt so they can again run or pass. The Bucks again remaining with their linebacker only, and that appears to be a false start by the Manchester Titans offense. That will be a 5-yard penalty for the Manchester Titans offense, as there was just a false start from the receiver. You can imagine them. It happens. They just get a little bit overeager to get into the end zone. But obviously, we've got to be patient and wait for that snap. A fake toss by the Manchester Titans offense as number 12 is looking downfield, trying to direct his receivers. Goes straight up the middle, and that is a great catch and a great throw by number 11 to number 12. That is a very good connection by both players. It's good to see both QBs for the Manchester Titans having a very, very good ability just to manage their offense and direct their receivers. It's very good to see it at the under-16 level, bodes very well, both for the Manchester Titans' future, of course, but also just for the growth of the game that we are developing our young QBs domestically like that. The Manchester Bucks quarterback has had a decent game as well. He's just been unfortunate with a few snaps that have gone over his head, and but he doesn't appear to be too shaken, still trying to make plays and drive his offense forward as the Manchester Titans keep their one defensive end and appear to have their 3 linebackers a bit further back. As it goes for a quick toss, as 36 finds a bit of a gap and a tackle by the defensive tackle. That's what we love to see, that kind of hustle from our big boys in the trenches, as that is a 2nd down for the Lancashire Bucks. I will apologise. It has been made note to me that I have referred to the Lancashire Buccaneers as the Manchester Buccaneers. I hope I've not caused too much offence on that one. A slight slip of the tongue from me, so I do apologise. As our Lancashire Buccaneers are now on offence, as the fake toss from the QB number 12 as he looks deep for number 11, who's wide open, and he is caught, and that is a touchdown for number 11. A great fake and a great pass by number 12. Just as I just said, who still has put in a great game today. He's just had some unfortunate and a very good route and a very good catch by number 11. The Manchester Titans, despite the score, will be absolutely upset with that, as no defense ever wants to concede more, no matter the score. But it's good to see the Lancashire Buccaneers making sure that they are still not giving up. As the Lancashire Bucks will go for 1, so they have to pass the ball here. As the Titans play a bit more of a press coverage situation with their 1 high safety and linebacker. Lancashire Buccaneers QB is looking for it with some pressure going in, and the wheel! And that is a touchdown by number 36. A very good route and a very good pass. As a coach myself, I was always told the wheel is always open. It's good to see the Lancashire Bucks still trying to chase the score and stay in the game as much as they can, despite the heavy lead by the Manchester Titans. As number 1 for the Manchester Titans has returned to the game. As I'm sure that both teams want to see this game out strong regardless of the score right now. Titans would love to get another score on the board, while the Buccaneers would love to get a stop. It's been a very, very good matchup by these 2 local teams. A very good chess match that has just been better for the Manchester Titans. And that's a bad handoff. Slightly fumbled as number 1 picks it up and lofts it deep. And number 10 has been left wide open and broken 3 tackles and he will score. That was a very, very chaotic play from start to finish that has just gone towards the Manchester Titans more, as the Manchester Titans have fumbled the handoff, but number 10 has kept going, and credit to their QB. He has done his best to keep the play going, had 2 players in his face, kept his eyes downfield and found the target, and number 10 has dodged 2 tackles and gone into the end zone. Again, the Lancashire Bucks will be really, really frustrated at that, because it has not been in their nature to be struggling with those kind of tackles, which has been plaguing them today, but I'm sure that they will bounce back from this very, very quickly, as all good programs do. As number 10 is motioned in, number 1 fakes the handoff and searches for a corner end zone target, and it is bobbled by the number 21 receiver and caught by number 11. At a certain point, you have to say that luck is also on the side of the Manchester Titans. Some people will call it luck, some people will call it skill. I'm sure if you ask the offensive coordinator, that will be exactly how he drew it up. As Manchester have a very solid and strong foothold on the game now after a few big plays that have gone their way. The Lancashire Buccaneers will not be giving up and will look to again try and get another score on the board, and finish with pride and finish with high effort as they go. QB looking for his target as the wheel is still going, but he can't find anyone, and he's got to be careful for the time, and it is intercepted. It's slightly overthrown as there's a flag on the field as number 25 is looking to return that. There is some laundry on the field that does appear to be some sort of hold or block in the back from the return team, but I'm sure number 12 will be really, really frustrated at that throw, as he's just overshot his receiver and thrown it right into the hands of a Manchester Titans defensive player. So, yep, it will be a block in the back, or a hold, I believe. Block in the back from the Manchester Titans, the receiving team, but the interception was already completed. So the Manchester Titans will still receive the ball and look to score just slightly further back than number 25 put all the effort in getting them into. As the Lancashire Bucks would like, as you can hear people shouting, go defense for the Lancashire Buccaneers. They have got no quit in them at all, as they remain wanting to stop any more scores by the Manchester Titans offense. As the QB tosses it to the running back, as the running back looks across and he has found an open lane, as there was just a sea of Manchester Titans bodies blocking downfield for him. And that is another touchdown for the Manchester Titans. And I normally say the game is never over until there are zeros on the clock, but we do have to probably admit that the Manchester Titans and the 19s will have this one secured. As they go for 2 again against their local rivals. Number 10 motions out to the wide receiver and motions back in across with the fake handoff, and number 1 looks for his target and almost intercepted by the Lancashire Buccaneers. Number 1. That has been very much the story of the Lancashire Bucks defense this game, where they've had many opportunities of interceptions and turnovers that have just not come to fruition. And that is the 2-minute warning. The 2-minute warning. As we start the 2-minute warning, the Lancashire Bucks would like to end the game with a nice touchdown, a scoring drive, as I'm sure, while the Manchester Titans would like to make sure that they really stamp their authority in this game and make sure there are no further scores from the Lancashire Buccaneers. As number 12 looks to just shake off his previous interception and go again. That's always something you like to see and make sure that they never give up, never stop. As they go for the outside toss. As number 36 finds a lane, but number 99 just grabs his jersey and makes sure he can't quite escape. As I believe that is a timeout. So the Lancashire Buccaneers coaches can just get a word in with their players. While the Manchester Titans defense is very confident in their marching orders as they stay out on the field. As the fake handoff as number 12 looks deep for his number 11 target. It was caught it again, and that is a Lancashire Buccaneers touchdown. It is always good to see a young quarterback getting straight back on the horse despite throwing the interception. That is a good composure to see from the young man. The Manchester Titans will be frustrated at letting another one go in, but that is another touchdown for number 11, who I'm sure will be happy with the personal accolade. But as I'm sure all good teams, they would have much preferred if the game was a lot closer, as we currently hold, as the score remains at 44-14, 50-20 to the Manchester Titans, as the Lancashire Bucks will go for their 1-point attempt. As we see the Lancashire Buccaneers with their heavy package right now. As number 12 looks for his favourite target of the day, and he's just unable to get it into his hand. Number 11 appeals for something from the official, but the official says no. As the game winds down, as I'm sure Manchester would like to get one final score just to stamp their authority on the game. It really has been a very great showing. Regardless of the score, I believe a great showing from both teams. The Bucks really showing what their offense can do when everything clicks, with good scores and good touchdown and good runs. With the Manchester Titans doing the same. Both defenses have had very good plays, with the Lancashire Bucks having many opportunities for interceptions that have just not come through. They've just not been able to bring them in, but the Manchester Titans defense has just been better in those moments in securing the tackles and turning the ball over, which has given them just the edge in this game. And that is a timeout by the Manchester Titans. Just as the game winds down, just making sure they know exactly what they're doing. As number 12 looks for a deep shot for number 11. Oh, and that is a great stop by 11, but it appears that the referee's going to give it as pass interference. So number 11 was wide open while the defensive back was running back trying to play the ball, but the referee has given it as pass interference. As I believe the official has not given it or is moving it, we will double check. Pass interference is very much different in this level. It is not a spot foul, but rather, I believe, 15 yards and an automatic first. 10 yards. I apologize. It is 10 yards from the previous spot. Pass interference on the defense. It's always good to see them carrying on. We're a little bit split in the studio regarding if that was a pass interference or not. But at the end of the day, it is the official's decision. As you can imagine, the Bucks sideline disagree, while the Titans are very happy with it. As number 12 goes straight back for another deep shot, and he's just unable number 10 unable to bring it in as it just goes in between. And I believe that is the game. And our final score is 50-20 to the Manchester Titans. I will say that was a very good showing from both teams, but Manchester were just able to run away with it and really do have the important and key moments. Really good showing from all three quarterbacks in our game today. A couple interceptions from the Lancashire Bucks, but also some very great deep shots. And as both teams line up, the Titans will be very happy having secured the division, and we'll be looking forward now to all focus into the playoffs. I hope my commentary has been to your standard, guys, and thank you very much for listening in on the stream.